Hey, welcome to another Grit N Grime basketball podcast. I'm your host, as always, David Sagoe, here with my co-hosts. Last game of the season has been played, but we're not played out. Thomas Arnal is here.
Hey, welcome to the last dance.
And
Yay.
Jose Garcia Vidal is here.
Hello.
So we are going to be rounding off our NBA season before heading into our post-season specials. We got a couple on the way. But first, we need to round off the season. So there's been one game played since we last sat in these seats and recorded a podcast, and that was Game 6 of the NBA Finals. Feels like ages ago now. I've just had champagne sprayed all over me and at my face for the last 5 or 6 days straight, and that was just because Boston lost. Been nowhere near San Francisco ever in my life. But the Warriors took Game 6. Celebrations ensued, tears, happy tears, a lot of reminiscing, and a lot of sports talk about legacies and who it's a plus for, who it's a minus for, etc., etc., etc. But we're going to start with the game. Warriors won, so that was our game analysis.
Easy, right?
Done.
No, it was another game where the Celtics started out hot and were up. I believe Tatum hit they were up early. Tatum hit a 3 to make it 12-2. I think they might have even gone up a few more points than that before Steve Kerr called a timeout and things started to turn around. What did you guys think early on? You see the early score.
So I can't remember if we discussed it on one of the podcasts recently, but I recall somebody mentioning that the crowd can be like your best, tool, or one of the best tools, or it can go against you. And this is a very good example of how the crowd helped the Celtics at the beginning. They were just going wild. Mm-hmm. So they all had that adrenaline going, that pumped energy going, made the first couple of shots, and they just they were just so like pumped. That's until the Warriors woke up, basically, and then spoiler alert, right? If you didn't watch the game yet, the crowd went completely silent, and the game completely changed.
Yeah,
I think that's what helped the Celtics at the beginning, but they were doomed from the start because of the defensive, the mistakes they made defensively.
I think it was an NBA player. I'm not sure if it was JJ Redick that was talking about the crowd, especially in Game 6 and 7s, that they'll take you all the way. I think it was him, and he mentioned that as soon as you start missing a couple of shots and you hear the crowd going, oh,
it's like they get worried.
Yeah.
That's why it's almost easier to win away.
Yeah.
And that's why also when somebody say, well, they got the court up, they stole the court, they've got the home game now. Like that in the finals, it's not, sometimes it's best to be the outsider and to be the underdog and be the one who's playing away for that for that very reason. Anyway, I don't know. Because I did say, there'll be Warriors in 6. I think both you and me, Dave, we went with that prediction. I was like, as soon as I saw them being down by a bunch of points, I was like, in a weird way, I was like, yeah, it's okay, because that's kind of what I was expecting. I was expecting the Celtics to come out like absolutely on fire, just trying to hit everything and play fast and play maybe more controlled, trying to not throw the ball away as much as they did, turn it over as much as they did before.
But you know what's funny? That they looked kind of controlled, I was making notes and watching the highlights again, and it's like they were almost like hesitant, like worried to miss a shot. You see, like first and second quarter, after the Warriors came back, they were like, "Oh, should I attack the rim? Should I pass it?" They were just they were not the Celtics that we saw in the second half of the season, right?
Yeah, and it part of it might be the crowd, but then it's also we've said about how almost all of these games have followed the same, like almost
blueprint.
I don't even know what to call it, template
pattern.
Yeah. With the Celtics coming out, scoring early, and then the Warriors tracking them down and then pulling away at some point in the second half. And I think once that pattern continued, right, they weren't able to put their foot on their necks. They weren't able to blow the game out early. They got tight. Again, it's at home, and it becomes do or die, right? It becomes a situation where you have to, they started playing like they had to make the shots. And that is a recipe for disaster. That's how you get tight.
Because they knew, I think it's due to two things, like you say, it's the same template of 5 games. So they know the Warriors are going to come back strong in the third quarter, or they're going to start strong in the second half. So I think what they thought would be a good idea is trying to put as much room as they can, create as much space between them and the Warriors early. I think they were up by 15 at the half. I think I'm jumping the gun a little bit, but yeah, they were by a bunch.
The Warriors were.
The Warriors, yeah. Sorry, the Warriors was by 15, but I think because the Celtics, what I mean was the Celtics started well, and they try to be physical and try to give it all from the get-go, but then they've been struggling physically as well. You can see it in the fourth quarter. Every game they just seem to be suddenly have that drop in energy. So maybe that was the game plan: come out strong and just hopefully hope for a bad shooting night from the Warriors. And also you have the crowd. If you can get up early, that gets the crowd into it, and if you can maintain the lead, maintain those shots and everything, then you can kind of ride that wave into a game 7. Sometimes game 6s are like not an easy win, but like a more relaxed affair if the other team doesn't have that killer instinct. They say the hardest thing to do is to close out a team, right? Because they have their backs against the walls. So sometimes the away team relaxes on the road because they know they have an extra game. They have a game 7, right? They always have game 7 to close it out if they don't get tonight's game. And I think the Celtics kind of wanted to put that pressure on the Warriors for them to just go, you know what? You guys got us this time. We'll go back home and we'll regroup, and then that's when we'll make the real push. But the Warriors were like, nope. And what they really did was shut them down defensively, right? They forced a lot of those turnovers. The Celtics threw a few away, but in the first half in particular, they were forced into a lot of those turnovers. And they just could barely attack the basket. And when they did, they were just getting swarmed at the rim. And that just turned it into a jump shooting affair for them. And they couldn't make the shots either. And then once the Warriors got on top, it just, you could tell once the Warriors, because they went on a 21-0 run?
31 turnaround. It was a 31-point
turnaround. Yeah. Yikes.
Ridiculous.
Yeah. You don't see that in the playoffs. You just don't. I mean, it's rare that you see that in any game.
We saw it with Dallas against Phoenix, right? Like that was like one of those whoa, and now this, like wow, in the finals, game 6, wow. Yeah.
And I think once the tide turned, it was just one of those when it rains it pours kind of things. And the Warriors were just laying it on thick.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, the Celtics just didn't have an answer for the Warriors. Like at a point in the third quarter, they were scoring 50% from 3 for the entire game, right? So that's before the subs went in. Yeah. So you see Draymond scoring, Otto Porter Jr. scoring, Steph scoring at will. The thing is with Steph, like I noticed at the beginning they were switching with Steph, but then they were not following up. Like they were just not like stopping him. They're just kind of like still a bit scared about the penetration, about the drive. And then when they started, pushing more on Steph made the extra pass. and it was just a beauty, like seeing everybody score, and they were all scoring from outside as well. Like a crazy stat is from the 5 starters in the Warriors, Steph is the only one that shot free throws.
Even then, didn't he only shoot 2, and it was like right at the end of the game?
4 of 4. That's it.
It was, and I think they were both right at the end of the game.
Yeah, and 8 overall for the Warriors, so they didn't need to go inside either. You know, they were just scoring so much from outside.
But they were scoring layups. It's just that they were clean layups.
Yeah, they were clean.
Right?
They were absolutely
the Draymond
clean.
Pass inside to Klay Thompson.
Yeah, Gary Payton. Absolutely. Even Wiggins.
Wiggins on the break. A lot of fast break buckets, actually. Al Horford being switched onto Steph Curry. He was just driving by him for easy layups. They weren't helping.
Well, and he's going to murder him, right? Like on defense, on a one-on-one basketball game there. But the problem is that you see the best defender in the league, Marcus Smart, in one occasion, like Mark Jackson even said, there was no screen. Marcus Smart just switched defense and left Horford with Steph. And Horford, I think, was out of the Celtics was the guy that was trying the most. Scored 3 3-pointers in the third quarter. You know, he got that and one. He got a block on Steph, but he's 100 years old, right? So it's a shame because I don't think he's gonna have another shot at the title. But good for him. But yeah. So I think it's just the Celtics. I think I agree with you, Tom. They look tired at some point.
Yeah. The Warriors laid it on thick, man. Some of those threes that Steph hit in the second half were just ridiculous. There's one where Marcus Smart switched. No, Marcus Smart is guarding him, and he passes out he drives and passes out. Someone misses a 3. Warriors get the offensive rebound, which is another story of the series. The Warriors killed them on the offensive boards the last 3 games, and they get the offensive rebound. Steph runs around in a circle, comes back around to the 3-point line, and your defensive player of the year was still in the corner. Just in the corner. There was no communication. There was nothing, and Steph is now wide open for a 3. He pump fakes, and I think Robert Williams almost jumps into Tatum, and he sidesteps and shoots it. Splash.
Yeah.
That's your king.
Oh man. And was this the Robert Williams game? Robert Williams the third? Is this the one where he was blocking them a bunch in the second half? Was that game 6? Game 5?
It was game 5.
5. Man, he's really good. And I think for this game he was a plus like 17 or something like that. He was up. And
plus no, actually it's -1 on this one.
Oh, he's -1, but they were but the other starters were -17, right? Something like that.
Something like that,
I got it here. Robert Williams was plus. Oh, this is game 5. How did that happen?
Yeah. It's -1.
Would I wanna? Yeah, just update.
Do you want to talk about
Williams was -18?
A mad stat, 3-point stat that I just saw. Because you're talking about Curry hitting 3s, but Draymond hit 1, and I think that was like how do you say, like, they killed. Like you need to know when to put a team down, right? You need to know when to kill the killer blow, basically. So there's a mad stat so Draymond Green is 64-16 with the Warriors in the playoffs when hitting 1 3-pointer in his career. So every time he's hit a 3 in a game, in a playoff game with the Warriors, they're 64-16. But this season, he's only made 20, apparently. 23s in the regular season he's made. 19 Ws when he...
Wow.
And in the playoffs, he scored 6. So, do you know what I mean? He made 6, 1 3-pointer, and 6-0 in those playoffs. So you know that when he hit that 3, statistically, because you guys love stats,
the Warriors are winning.
It was done.
Guaranteed.
It was done.
It was over.
Guaranteed.
Yeah, and he hit that 2-point shot as well when there were no options. That was so weird.
Yeah.
Take that, Robert Williams. But yeah, other than Steph, who was amazing, and the Celtics, who were mostly bad, Jaylen Brown turned up despite the turnovers. He was able to score, but Wiggins again just popped up and did what he needed to do. Came in and scored his 18 points. And yeah, he was great. Gary Payton II was great on defense and setting screens as well. He's really kind of being groomed to be their next like Iguodala on defense. He doesn't have the handle or anything to do the playmaking stuff that Iggy could do, but yeah, he had a great comeback, really. I think the series started to turn after him and Porter Jr. came back.
That's the type of player you need on your team to win titles. The guy that will do all the shit tasks, basically, so to speak. Right? And play a little bit of defense. And if you want somebody just to concentrate on one task, which is trying to contain the offensive, well, the guy who's the main offense guy on the other team. Usually there's always somebody you want that, like that as a coach. You want them to shut down the opposition. So, like a good Keir Starmer would do, trying to block. Anyway, no politics. I lost Jose.
But yeah, obviously Clay's story coming back after 900 and X days. He comes back and they win a championship, man. He was asked, was this in the press conference or was this Draymond's pod afterwards? I can't remember which one. I've seen a few different interviews. And he was asked if he believed that they could do this. And he said he wasn't sure initially, and he wasn't sure during the regular season, but once they started to get their wins in the playoffs, he felt very comfortable and confident.
Yeah, it's
great to have him back, man.
But we didn't get game 6 Clay though. He's only had 12, so
not needed.
Not needed, exactly. Right.
Which is crazy to think.
Yeah.
Yeah, very emotional moment for him and for Steph and for Draymond particularly, I guess. So good for them. I don't like Draymond's as a player. I don't like him, but as a player, he's fantastic.
Yeah, but we need to keep an eye on Clay though, because I think he's gone now in the celebrations. Like he looked like he
lost one of his championship rings at one point. Yeah. He hit a fan.
Yeah. Did you see that?
Pissed.
Yeah. He tripped and just stumbled.
Completely pissed.
Oh
I think God. Wiggins also might be not alive anymore. Like I've seen some photos of him literally just like people had to prop him just to get
pictures of Barbosa as well. Leandro Barbosa was completely drunk. I didn't know he was part of the coaching staff or is he part of the organization?
Yeah.
Completely passed away in the floor. Picture of Bielitsa. Yeah, man. Good for them, though. Why wouldn't you?
Yeah. And they brought the first championship to the new arena. Which is
correct.
Yeah, which is interesting because the last finals they were in was the last finals in the last arena, and they lost 3 straight home games. Whereas this whole postseason they only lost 1.
Yeah, it's mad, absolutely mental. Gee.
So I feel like we're done here. What do you want to talk about? Steph's legacy? Is he going to be top 10? Is he top 10 now? Should we talk about if Jason Tatum is the real deal or not? Should we question that? Should we talk about what this means for Kevin Durant? Huh? Should we talk about Steph now having as many rings as Shaq and LeBron?
Shit.
Yeah, you need to put Steph right up there, I think. Kendrick Perkins, I think, is the one that posted a tweet. Steph is in the same table as Jordan, LeBron, and who else? And Shaq and Kobe. He did not mention Duncan though, so I get really upset.
Disrespectful.
But yes, Steph is right up there, man. I think we're watching a legend here. 4 titles. Give him the respect that he deserves. He finally got his Finals MVP. So yeah.
Even though he has 3 in my head.
It's got 3. But it's gonna be hard not to. Well, it'll be hard to argue against him being in the top 10 now. I think before he was always on the fringe, like on the outside.
Yeah.
But like now, I've seen a lot of players that are just going back through their list and going, well, now it's getting harder to keep like is it Russell or what's his face? No, Abdul-Jabbar, but like it's like
there's no question of Abdul-Jabbar.
No, there's no question either.
Yeah.
I don't think you can take him out ever. But another center basically, and I was like, yeah, actually you can start.
Well, Hakeem, Russell.
Yeah.
I like Gilbert Arenas' rule. He's so funny, man. They had this discussion about whether he's top 10 or not. And he said, my list is different. My list is 85 and up. So if you anyone that played before 1985, like I don't count it. Like, and then he starts taking the piss out of George Mikan and it's so funny. Find it on YouTube if you want to see it. It's really funny. But I'm kind of at the point where it's like, how do you even compare Steph Curry to Bill Russell? You just can't.
Yeah, no. I mean, obviously, when you hear Bill Russell, you hear genius. Massive winner. Like first, it was also an icon. Like first, black coach in the NBA.
Yeah,
like it's like those kind of things. Like he made some significant changes as well, but I don't think he made the change. He made the game change as much as Steph did. Because and we're discussing this right now. So whoever has seen, if there's anybody that saw Bill Russell play and now they're watching Steph play, like it's a different story, because we can only watch highlights, right? But we from our perspective, we watched that process. We watched the game change. We saw it, happening in front of our eyes. So to see that impact, and now this is completely different basketball than it was 6 years ago. You're like, and this guy did it, and he perfected it, and he won 4 chips. Like, whoa, So I'm like, Bill Russell. Yeah, every time I watch a video of Bill Russell, I'm like, this guy was a real deal. But Steph, I think he's like his legacy is gonna be bigger.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's every time I think about those players, it's like how have they influenced the way we play basketball or watch basketball and stuff like that? Like, Shaq, they changed the rules to make sure he was less.
Same with Will.
Potent on exactly.
Same with Wilt. He wasn't allowed to dunk, right?
But then it's the same with Curry. Now everybody's shooting threes. Everybody's tracking threes. You can argue. Like I loved it when he made it a thing. Now I think we went overboard. That's my argument. It's gone the other way, which is like everybody's just chucking threes, and like Dave will say 3 is better than 2, and I'd be like, yeah, sure, you can argue against basic numbers, but it's also changed a lot of things philosophically, if you will, in terms of how you watch basketball and how you analyze it. So just for that, he should be in that top 10 because he's changed the way basketball's being played, at least in the US.
But is it a greatest list? Is it a most influential list, or is it a best list?
And a player. That's the top one.
That doesn't make him a better player, right?
That's different.
Make him a better
Sure.
Is he one of the 10 best players to play NBA basketball?
I'm gonna say yes.
Or does he have one of the 10 best careers in NBA basketball? It's just an argument. I'll impress you for answers. It's cool. What I did want to talk about though is a return. to a pre-season episode when we made the Grit and Grime Awards. It's time to wrap it up. Let's go back.
Okay.
Wait, what was this? Oh, okay. So I have them in the order that I have them. I assume that's the order that we did them in.
Let's do it.
Oh man, I never did the Shithousery Award. That would have been fun. Kyle Lowry, Shithousery Award. I think maybe Marcus Smart, maybe Grant Williams.
It's Green. It's Draymond.
Oh, he's definitely on the list. All right.
Yeah.
So Grit and Grime Awards. I believe the first award was Best Defensive Team, which I got wrong. I went with the Milwaukee Bucks.
Yeah, me too, man.
Back.
Oh, I went with the Jazz. That backfired like a motherfucker.
To be fair, Rudy Gobert missed time. When he was there, they were a good defensive team. When he wasn't, they were not. Anyway. But I believe it was these two finals teams that tied for the best defensive.
All right.
I think the Warriors were the best defensive team based on most ratings. Yeah.
Yep.
Defense wins championships, man.
It do. Glue guy.
Gosh.
This is not a player that sniffs glue. This is a guy that binds the dressing
West?
room.
Too soon? No?
Leave Delonte alone.
No?
He's struggling.
Sorry.
Player who
he's back in the big three now, man. Sorry.
He's not.
Sorry.
He's not. That's the thing. He's not.
He didn't make. He's in the draft pool for the big three. No, he's no.
No.
Oh, they started already. Oh, okay.
Oh, he didn't make it.
He didn't make it. There's actually another
shot, man.
But in all seriousness, there's a video of him begging again by on the side of the street. So
no.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. Sorry.
Oh, no way. I don't believe that.
I hope it wasn't a new one, but it was a video of.
No, it wouldn't be.
Hopefully, it's not.
No, people are refreshing these videos. Don't trust YouTube. Trust me. So Glue Guy, that took a turn. Glue Guy, player who adds value but may not necessarily put up huge numbers.
Ben Simmons.
What's the value he adds?
Glue.
Glue.
Just color, like flashiness in the bench,
sticks.
like because the Brooklyn Nets uniform is all black, so and he was always wearing
50%
like
of the job.
Purple.
He's not putting up huge numbers. But for real though, I've got Udonis Haslem, which almost glued. He almost glued.
He almost glued Jimmy Butler's eye shut.
Oh God!
I have Campazzo. Maybe it worked for the beginning of the season for the first 5 games, and then he didn't play. So
he got glued to the bench.
He got glued.
Yeah.
That's good. That's rich.
I had Kyle Lowry. I think he was a positive influence. End up with the best record.
I like that. Yeah,
that's okay. You won.
Probably injured too much.
Yeah.
Who do we think that the glue guy actually was this season? If there was one guy that
Iguodala.
Well, I mean, we cannot pick everybody from Warriors, right? Like Al Horford can be one.
Mm-hmm. Sure. Yeah.
All guy right there.
But he's Al Horford is putting up numbers, or he did put up some numbers.
Iguodala, 1 or 2 games.
Fair. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
I don't know how we came up with this name, but most disruptive player.
Ta-da! I won.
Didn't we all win?
Kyrie.
If you got Kyrie, you won. I've got Kyrie and Ben Simmons on mine.
Yeah, we all won.
That was fair.
Absolutely.
Anyone on the Nets.
I don't know how we predicted it.
Anyone on the Nets, basically.
Oh my God, they both ended up on the Nets. That is so nuts.
Mm-hmm.
Human Highlight Reel Award.
I won this one, man.
I went with Zach LaVine. I remember who you picked. You did win this one.
Ja Morant.
Well done. Yeah, you win that. Because I had Zion.
Oh,
yeah.
The Cookie Monster Award.
Most impactful player.
Oh God.
Oh man.
Oh man.
Yeah, I remember when we thought he was going to play this season.
Yeah.
No, right.
Then we have Lunch Pail Guy Award. It goes to a hardworking player whose best asset is their hustle.
Well, I picked Draymond.
Yeah, Draymond. Oh.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not off. You know, like
decent.
Yeah,
decent pick.
That's
don't mind it. I went with Alex Caruso.
Yeah.
Everyone saw it.
Yeah.
Everyone saw it. He got injured, but
that's how hard it worked. Yeah. TJ McConnell, which I don't even. Did he actually play this year? I don't know.
I think he did, but no one cared about the Pacers.
True that.
Don't at me.
No one ever does.
I remember when the Pacers were good.
Yeah.
1998.
They had a comeback in the 2011, but the Heat were better though.
Yeah. And the Pistons. Yeah. You would think you would have thought they would have got to at least one finals in that period, but they didn't manage it.
Mm.
Yeah.
Empty stats guy puts up numbers, not wins.
Cat.
Well, he won this year. He won.
Kind of, yeah. I mean, if you've seen the celebration videos and stuff when they made it to the play-in, then they definitely won.
Hey, that's the championship. Arsene Wenger.
Yep.
It's a trophy.
So I didn't have anybody, but I was gonna pick LeBron because they didn't even make it to the play-in, man.
And he almost won a scoring title.
Does that say anything?
The worst thing is you're right.
It's like Bradley Beal, last year.
Yeah.
Also speaking facts tonight. Straight, just 100% facts.
Are you not? I hope you're not talking about the glue thing that I said earlier.
No.
Not that.
Oh my God, LeBron! Yeah. Who did you get? Who did you say?
I picked Colin Sexton.
Huh.
Colin Sexton.
Okay.
Fine.
Yeah. It made sense at the start of the season. It made sense. Okay.
He went out injured. They still played well. I feel like I was right to an extent.
That backs you up. Yeah, it backs it up.
Best offensive player. Yes.
KD.
Steph Curry.
Yeah, I had Steph and Dame, but Dame obviously didn't play that much. So Steph, I think, yeah.
All right, fine.
Mine lifted a trophy. What about yours, Tom?
Oh, he ended up where I wanted him to end up, which is
he went to watch the Eurogame leagues, the EuroLeague games.
Sorry. He went to
ended up in
to
Turkey.
Greece. Holiday.
Champagne Pappy. Most likely to be caught at a strip club or partying after a game.
You know who?
James.
Yeah, James
Harden.
Yeah.
Which is ironic because part of the off the court conversation was about how James wasn't the same playing for the Nets because the strip club scene in New York is not popping. It's not popping.
Which is surprising.
It's no Houston.
It's no Houston.
Houston at all.
Philadelphia, better? I don't know.
I don't know. I
can't really picture it that way.
I don't know what the Jones is like over there. Wait, wasn't someone caught in a strip club? Now I can't remember. Wasn't there a story of someone being caught in a strip club?
Didn't Kyrie go? Season? No, it wasn't a strip club. That was his sister's birthday.
Yeah, he did the party.
Yeah, somebody got caught in a club.
They did, right? Now I can't remember who it was. See?
So let me Google it.
So anti-snitching that I just wiped it from my memory. I would never. League pass team. Most fun team to watch.
I made the right choice. I picked the Bulls. I think the Bulls were very fun to watch.
I picked the Hornets.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure. Started out quite well. Tom, who did you have? Bulls as well?
Bulls as well.
I actually think we all might have lost this award just because the most fun team was Memphis.
I still enjoy watching the Bulls up until the end, man. Their offensive playing was really good, and at one point they were like the team to watch.
Yeah, when they were top of the East, yeah.
They
almost won a championship.
Sure. I know who got caught in the strip club, but it wasn't this season. It was back in 2020, in the middle of a pandemic.
That's a different story, but yeah, we know.
It was Lou Williams. Lou Williams and the chicken wings.
With the wings. Of course.
We just went there to pick up an order, as you do. Just wanted some wings, go to the strip club and take away. Regular.
Extra regular,
yeah.
Second teams. This is the last award, actually.
Yep.
The team that, other than your team, that you secretly root for during the season. And I went for Miami, and that was true right up until they were eliminated, because I wanted them to beat Boston.
Yeah, you did.
You did say that.
Real bad.
Tom,
second team. Second team.
Nets? You know mine.
Nets.
Mine, never. Mine are the Dallas Mavericks, because I was meant to buy my cowboy hat, but I never did.
Los Mavericks.
Funny enough, they went far this season than I was expecting them to do so, and it was a roller coaster for me with them, because at the start of the season I was like, yeah, they'll be okay, and I very quickly went, nope. And then they had a little bit better, and then they crashed again, and then boom, they had their big three.
They got Christian Wood now.
Yeah, it's gonna be mad. Yeah, they got a big three: Brunson, Dinwiddie, Doncic. It makes sense.
Yeah, I got the Nuggets, which I obviously, but they got a bunch of injuries, man.
Yeah.
MPJ, got injured.
Yeah.
Will Barton didn't play as much. They didn't play Campazzo as much as they should have. But we got the MVP. Hey.
True.
Back to back.
Hey, I saw a video of yourself wearing a Nuggets jersey, shooting the fadeaway for the game.
It's a cool game.
Did you call game? I think, yeah. Maybe you should send that video around to the Nuggets and say, look, I'm better than Campazzo. I can just
need a point guard.
Take the Argentinian spot.
Jokic.
Yeah, let me put me in the paint next to Jokic. Will be the new Robinson Duncan.
Yeah, except I'll be Nate Robinson next to Jokic.
Yeah.
Oh man, what a season it's been.
It's been fun.
What a season it's been. Such a weird season.
Man, do you guys remember when the Omicron variant hit and all this bunch of amateurs were playing? Like, everybody got an NBA contract this season, man.
Yeah, we were this close, guys. This close.
That's so close. Yeah. Next pandemic.
Yeah,
it'll be our turn.
I'm gonna start shooting now.
Yeah, better get in shape. Yeah.
Oh man. So. Lots of happy things, but a sad bit of news we got today. Caleb Swanigan, who was drafted in the 2017 draft, played in the NBA until 2020. He passed away recently from natural causes. I don't know how you pass away at age 24?
25.
5 from natural causes. But who am I to investigate?
Yeah.
Leave the family alone. Send your condolences. It's just crazy to think that someone that young can just go like that. It's pretty sad. He was a member of the Portland Trailblazers, or at least drafted by the Portland Trailblazers.
Yeah.
He played a bunch of games, I think about 70 something, 73, I think, games. So Yeah, I think the shocking part for people who don't know who he was is just that he played a bunch of games and then sort of disappeared. I don't know if he was cut by the Blazers. I can't remember exactly, but then a picture of him came out on social media of being severely out of shape, which I think prompted Lillard to come out and say, "Yo, you don't know where he's going through, so leave him alone." As there was a bunch of comments saying, "Well, look at the state of him," sort of comments, It's like, yeah, I was going to say, I'm hoping it's natural causes in a way, not something else that he decided to end it. But yeah, it's a very sad moment always.
Yeah, but as always, take care of your health, mental and physical.
Ask for help, man. Ask for help.
Yep.
Always. And yeah, take care of your social health as well. Those are the 3 pillars of well-being.
True.
Have we got anything else? The draft is on
good
Thursday.
ride, man.
Oh, the draft's on Thursday. Yes. Watch out for all those trades.
Yeah, I can't wait to see that. That's gonna be fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What, do you know what time it is on UK time?
It'll probably be
middle of
1
the night
a.m.
again.
It's normally
1
1 a.m.
On Thursday morning.
Thursday. I thought it was Thursday night.
Or is it Thursday night, Friday morning? I'm always confused.
There's a bunch of free agents, man. Like, I have a list. I can tell you the most prominent ones. DeAndre Ayton, but he's restricted, obviously. Looney, Mo Bamba, restricted as well. Montrezl Harrell, Nurkic, DeMarcus Cousins, okay. Andrew Drummond, Dwight Howard, JaVale, Tristan Thompson. These are all centers, by the way. Forwards, Miles Bridges, restricted. Kyle Anderson, Nick Batum, who is not exercising his option, so he's going to go into free agency.
Yep.
PJ Tucker, Bobby Portis. I wonder if it's going to get re-signed.
Really?
Yeah. Where was I? Yeah. Jeff Green, Otto Porter Jr., Carmelo.
Oh, God. Back to New York.
Yeah. Torian Prince. Interesting as well. These are not all of them, by the way. There's a bunch of them. I'm just saying the ones that I think are interesting.
The main ones.
So Zach LaVine, Kyrie, obviously, Harden, Bradley Beal, Colin Sexton, restricted. Anthony Simmons, Gary Payton II.
Oh, Anthony Simons is a
Simon,
agent.
sorry, yeah.
That now makes so much sense. He was balling out when Dame went down. I didn't realize it was a contract year. Oh,
yeah.
Sure.
Oladipo, Patty Mills, Schroeder, Ricky Rubio, Goran Dragic, Brim Forbes, Rondo, Austin Rivers, Aaron Holiday. There's a lot of players out there, man.
Yeah,
a lot of those players always feel like they're free agents. Like JaVale
some of them,
and Rondo.
No, honest, some of them would have signed 1-year deals. Yeah, those two signed 1-year
veterans.
deals.
Yeah, mad.
Rubio coming off the injury, right? That's going to be an interesting one. I hope he does.
But it should
somewhere.
be like mid-season, probably, right? Like it's stuff or not. Like so
it was
it
was a big one.
That's a bet, Like I feel like maybe the Spurs are going to sign him or something like that.
Ayton is going there, so
yeah. I do hope he lands.
Oh, that would be nice.
Yeah, there's the main rumors is Ayton going to the Spurs.
He's perfect David Robinson, right? Yeah. That's it.
Oh yeah, that's exactly how they're comparing him to. It's like they can use him as a new Robinson and just try and play that way. I can see it somewhere that is more of a traditional style of play, so to speak, when they all use their bigs.
We need a center. We need an offensive center.
I think he'll do well. Like I'll see him averaging over 20.
Ayton and Pirtle, the new Duncan and Robinson.
Man, how many times do we need to drop their names tonight?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. I think for it's gonna be a lot of movement. Like the Nets is gonna be interesting.
Kyrie going to the Lakers.
Yeah, the Lakers and the Lakers have to rebuild everything as well. They got no one, right?
Wow, you heard all of those free agents. It's gonna be a fun summer.
Oh my God, I can see it already. You're starting five of Westbrook, Kyrie, Westbrook, Melo, LeBron at 4, and then bring back JaVale.
Fantastic.
Just like
Hey, has AD retired in this universe?
Oh yeah, no, he's not touchable since April.
April.
He's half retired now. It's just bench him. Bench the guy.
Oh man, yeah, it's gonna be a fun summer.
Yep.
We will be back next week. I believe we are doing a special on the new basketball film Hustle.
Oh,
so tune in next week for that. But we're gonna wrap up now. A couple episodes left before summer holidays. Permanent summer holiday. But until then, you can contact us at Grit N Grime Pod on all socials. Like, share, subscribe, rate, and review the podcast. When they review us, how many stars do we need? Count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Count it up. I've been your host, David Sagoe. He's been Thomas Arnal.
Thank you very much. Oh, and thanks to everyone who sent DMs and stuff when we announced that we're stopping. It's very nice. I thought there's quite a couple.
Thanks, fans.
Yeah, and messages and stuff and comments. Anyway, good night.
Jose, Garcia, Vidal.
Goodbye.
And we're out of here.